Perhaps it isn't surprising that we own more technological devices and we use them more and we use them in more places in our homes than ever before. Interestingly, people are now saying that they're dependent. About 70% or more of people in this country say that they would find it really difficult to do without their technology. And this is very much in keeping with what we're finding in other parts of the world, where doctors are starting to use the word dependency for people who are using it too much and find it difficult to stop. So I think that what's happened is that as we've started to use the devices, we've become more reliant upon them. And the more reliant we become, the more dependent we become, and then when they're not around, we find it difficult to cope. And this is a modern snapshot of where we're at right now. In particular, adults find it difficult to do without their smartphones. They're connected. And now, of course, smartphones are multifunction, so texts, emails, and the internet with people you know and love and people who are strangers all over the world are part of your everyday life, your hourly life. If you can't get a signal, there's even a term called nomophobia for people who either can't get a signal or even lose their mobile phone or forget it. They find it very hard to cope and get very edgy. So there are now psychology terms being invented to describe people who are suffering from a lack of their device. Perhaps what was most surprising is that people openly admitted that twice as many people would rather lose their engagement or wedding ring than to lose their smartphone. That's how much they value their smartphones. Their life is in one little device. One of the main things this reflects is what we found over the last 20 years, which is that as eye to screen contact goes up, eye-to-eye contact goes down. And this means that as a family and as people who have relationships, we're not looking at one another as often as we used to. And we're often not in the same room as often because we have screens to look at in other rooms. And so we need to simply think about how this is panning out in our lives. And again, for us to control the use of technology so that it doesn't control us.